as Wilco makes a run ahead of him. Bergkamp suddenly changed pace through the centre. It's Bergkamp! That's magnificent! The move, and then this, which left Dabby's ass totally stranded.
Hello and welcome to Bergkamp Wonderland. We are still, unbelievably, an Arsenal podcast. I've had half a can of Monster, half a can of Pepsi Max, and 1.5 bags of pork scratchings, so I am ready to go. And with me this afternoon, tonight at 9 p.m, bloody hell, is the wonderful Mr. Deac. How are you doing? You look like you've had no sleep in the last week.
Do you know what, right? 2 days ago, my internet cut out at 1:45 in the morning. Now, normally to a normal person, that wouldn't really bother you. But me and my other half, we sleep to rain and we can't sleep without it. So when it cut off, we just went, and then I couldn't go back to sleep. And then I've had a really long day today. So I'm fucked. How are you, Danny? You all right?
Yeah, I'm good. I had an exhaustive day out yesterday. And then I went to sleep last night at about 2 a.m. I woke up about 5 for a wee, woke up about 11 for a wee, and then I woke up at about 6 o'clock. I went, oh no! I mean, I decided at midday. I thought I'm not getting up at 12:20 to watch the game. I'll go and download it. So I got up at 6, come in here, download it, and it decided to download at the speed of a rat. And then I watched it all, and it's amazing. I watched an entire game, a 90-minute game, or about 100-minute game. I watched it in about 40 minutes. It's unbelievable. When you've got a 10-second skippability, how much time they actually waste. One was about 4.5 minutes when someone went down. They weren't even injured that bad. So, yeah, watched the whole game. Managed to do screen grabs, which is what I do now. When I'm not going to do this again next time I watch it live. I've got plenty of screen grabs of all the important bits. Deac has got loads of important points for the game written down. Oh, there you go. He's gone old school. I've got it all in a notepad on my PC. The cats are quiet, and it's 4 degrees here. I was out in Cambridge yesterday at -7.
Yeah,
my hands are still cold.
It's really cold. We English, we're not very good with any forms of extreme weather, whether there be sun, rain, or snow, or cold. Anything like more than normal, we're rubbish. Yeah. What would you say, Danny? Is that correct?
Oh, I hate it. I was sitting outside King's College having a coffee. It's blowing a bloody gale. I'm shaking because I'm so cold. I'm wrapped up I look like the Michelin Man, which means I can't physically move because I'm so wrapped up. Oh, and then today come the mighty Arsenal and make us all very happy. So
yeah, I enjoyed you messaged me because I assumed that you were watching the game in a post-record.
Yeah.
And you text me and you put 3-0, 89th minute. Nice. So I didn't say anything back to you. I just put a laugh emoji on it because I was like, he's got 2 more goals to go.
I know, it's magnificent, and it's. I mean, I knew it was 5-0 because I accidentally checked my messages to try and message you, and I saw fucking 5-0. Every WhatsApp message was talking about the goal, so I accidentally saw it, but I didn't know who was going to score or at what point or however we're going to come to it. Let's say hello to some of the fine gooners that are in the chat. You have got Paul Nell, not Neil. How you doing, Paul? Lovely. Ray Anderson, how you doing? Haven't seen you for a while. Patrick Carlson, lovely. Our mate Stefan Selby, how you doing, Steph? You're looking lovely today. BX is there. Sai is there. Arteta out. Come on, Sai. Come on.
No, it's Arteta out.
Oh, yeah, Arteta out. You can't even spell Arteta out, can you? Paul Nell says, Sai, who are we bringing in? Rudy says, good evening, guys. Phil says, evening, ladies. Glenn says, hello. That's who I was out in Cambridge yesterday. Well, look at the only thing open in the UK after 9 p.m. He's not overly happy with London because it's a shithole. Ryan is there. How you doing, Ryan? Oh, Lance has come in. He's put us all in our fucking...
See, that's the reason why I backed myself before I mentioned the comment. I said, we're rubbish at it. I'm not complaining, but cold is cold. Yeah. Sorry, cold is cold. -20, that's just stupid. It's just silly.
We've got, who is there's a bloke, Henty, I think it is, from Finland, who does a lot of Arsenal history stuff. He put a picture out the other day of him walking through wherever he's in the forest near where he lives, -38. -38. And once you get past -5, what's the point? You might as well just put fucking cold. Anyway, Lance, nice to see you. Not seen you there before. Did you say Finland, the home of Kusilahti and endless?
I've been to Helsinki. I saw Santa Claus when I was a little lad.
Lovely, very nice. Home of more Formula One world champions per capita than any other country in the history of the known and unknown universe. A wonderful place to be, apparently, which is good. Anyway, nice to see you, Lance. Ryan says, Glenn, hope you enjoyed the game. Yeah, Femi from ABW sorted out Glenn's ticket, £55. Could have tried to make a fortune, but he didn't. Des Moran says Arteta in. I know you knew, Des. Oh God, I got an itch. If you are, hello, nice of you to be here. Ray says didn't feel well with the Arsenal losing. No. Oh, well, that's why you're not being. Go on, Ray. Tell everybody. I'm sure you're in Jamaica, Ray. Did you say? Tell everybody the temperature this afternoon in Jamaica, and then I might have to time you out because you made everyone sad. Looking slick, Deeks. That's from Phil.
Yeah, I got the sides shaved, so it's all long still.
It?
No, I went and got it done, and my beard will tapered off and stuff.
Turkish?
Nope. Oh. Nope. English lad.
The Turkish barbers are popping up everywhere. We've even got one in Manchester. We've only got about 10 shops here.
There's a lot of them. There's a lot of them, and there's a lot of them just sitting around not doing much.
Yeah, I'd imagine. 15 quid, do your hair and trim your beard.
They're doing a bit of washing in there.
What, your car?
You sure?
Well, like those sweet shops in London.
They wash them and then they put them in the dryer. They dry them after they've washed them and then they put them back into accounts. I mean, places.
Yeah. Oh, so I expect in 6 months it'll be gone.
Yes.
With no trace of anyone who ever worked there. Rudy is a comfortable win against a poor side. BX says, Glenn, how did you enjoy that? And Glenn said, I'm glad the Arsenal made you happy after a miserable cold day. Yesterday it was fucking cold. Rudy, think we still lack pace and directness in our game. First half we were effective at set pieces, a better second half. Right, everybody, Ray was at 32 degrees. And for the people in the UK, you double that, which is 64, and you add 90 to about 90 odd degrees. Ray, you've made an old man sad. Unless I come and stay with you, and then you make an old, that's too much sand. I won't be able to deal with it. Phil says, my Turkish barbers are always trying to set fire to my bloody ears. I can't argue with that. Boy 10, how you doing, boy? Sean's mum wanted to know which one of the family did you go to school with? Because she told her friend, and her friend told them, and they went, "Oh, did he? Oh, which one did he go to school with?" In that tone of voice, and Ray's laughing. Anyway, it's nice to have you back, Ray. Good. Let's get on with the show, Deac. We first 6th minute. Jesus.
I was just going to talk about the team lineup quickly. Trossard in for Martinelli, which I thought was interesting. Zinny back in. That kind of flew under the radar. I wasn't expecting Zinchenko to be back in the side.
Yeah, he wasn't in any of the Dubai photos, was he?
No, he wasn't. There was just information that he was still not doing well with the niggle. So that was good to see him back in the side. And Jesus was back in also, which we all knew was going to be the case. It was apparently only a slight injury that he received that wasn't able to perform in the last game. So other than that, not much to talk about. Havertz was back in the left 8. So what have you got? 6 minutes.
Oh, no, talking about the lineups. Zinchenko, you said Zinchenko, Jesus, White all had little niggles, and I think White seems to be okay now. Zinchenko seems to be okay. Jesus, he wasn't on his game. The number of times he was offside during the game, and I think it's a little bit slow.
73.
He was what?
I said 73 times he got caught offside. 54th minute. Jesus caught offside for the 73rd time today.
Well, there you go.
I don't know if that's a correct number, but it felt like 73.
Well, it could well have been. Rice didn't look good, did he? Rice coming off a little bit early. He looked a little bit knackered.
Yeah. Didn't Arteta say that he's got a niggle?
Yeah. So we've had 4 players with niggles now, and Zinchenko and White seem to be okay. And I think Jesus is one who has been a striker where it is a gnat's testicle away from you being able to do your job and not. I think it's going to take a game or two for him to get back to full fitness. Yeah, so 6th minute. Jesus' attempt had no chance, falling over with players all around him. Couldn't really blame him for that, could we?
No. It was an indifferent game, wasn't it, for the man himself? There's always going to be questions asked, but I think because of the finances and everything like that. Saying that, Mr. Tony scored on his game back today.
I saw that.
He scored a very, very nice little free kick. However, I think Nottingham Forest's wall had a lot of questions to be asked. It was a poor defensive display from Nottingham Forest, who ended up losing 3-2 to Brentford. Even Neil Maupay scored.
That prick.
So if Neil Maupay scores against you, something's happened. Something's gone wrong.
Were the Forest fans complaining about Tavares again, saying we never want you to play for our club? They did that last game, didn't they?
Oh, I don't know. I cannot stand Nottingham Forest. I can't wait to destroy them in 10 days' time. Cannot wait to destroy them. I'm going to sit in my local pub and gloat because they're all Forest fans up here, even though I live near Derby. I digress. Yeah, I've got a comment here. 5 minutes in, constant poor passing. It took a while for both teams to get into the game. There's a lot of miscued passing from both sides. What did you make of that?
Yeah, like Lance says here, the set-piece goals opened up the game for us. We still have issues with the low block, but a great win. Yeah,
Agreed.
Very well put.
I wanted a big victory. I wanted a victory that didn't rely on set pieces. I wanted open play goals to be scored, and obviously that ended up being the case. So should we? It was so early on. Should we just get into the first goal?
Yeah, that's my next note. The next goal. Tell
nice.
the wonderful viewers.
So, what was your first thoughts before we talk about the goal itself? What moment leading up to that, Danny, was slightly different than normal and a better outcome?
Well, they got the first man. They got on all his gladiator stuff and his NFL stuff, piled it all on him, expecting to be hit in the face by the ball, and it didn't. It got past the first man. I went, that's a turn up for the books. What's going on? We don't usually get it past the first man.
Do we know
got past the second man and then the third man?
Do we know why, Danny?
No.
Because Trossard didn't take the corner.
Oh, who took it? I didn't write down.
Declan Rice. Declan Rice took the corner.
Oh.
Declan Rice takes the corner, steps up ahead of Trossard. First time we've seen him take a corner in months, and gets the assist.
Well, there you go.
Basically, we've been saying for ages, haven't we, Danny, about Trossard and taking corners and how awful they are.
Yeah,
so Rice takes
anything that he does.
It was. Do you know what? Right, I was really turned off him until he got his goal. But even then, I feel like most people probably would have scored that opportunity. I think Raya. We'll talk about it later, but Raya made that chance. But yeah, Rice takes the corner. Gabriel rises above everybody else. Even the commentators, when they were watching the replays, they're going, "Oh, was he having too much on him? Was he handling him? Was he on top?" I was like, VAR is supposed to be about big errors, right? Not everything happens. We'll try and make a mistake out of it. Absolutely ridiculous. Drives me up the wall. But yeah, Danny, what did you make of the first goal then? Rice.
Absolutely delighted, because it's been quite a while for since we've been dominant, because the first half of the season we were always quite dominant when it came to set pieces. That's what we were really good at. And then that has gone out the window after a while, and that wound me up. I wasn't happy with that. And it's good to see that back. Also, you notice that the set piece taker now steps into the box, and Arteta reverses out of the box so that neither of them gets sent off. And I'm not sure if they can hear him from there. But yeah, that was really good. Before I go and show the picture of it, our mate Fergus is there. From the Guns and Yellow Ribbons podcast, something I've been on before. Fergus has been on here many times. So if you go to YouTube and go to Guns and Yellow Ribbons, all one word, go there and you will be entertained, because it's a podcast much like our one. They're not sensationalist, but they are all old and a little bit miserable, especially Trevor. So go there and give them a subscribe. I think they're getting up to 1,000 now, which soon means they'll be able to monetize it like us, and you'll be able to get 40p per podcast. Great days. Right, let's have a look at the right, here we go. Here's a photo. You can see there Gabriel jumping up in the 10th minute, and the ball
Trossard's underneath Gabriel.
He certainly is. Trossard's going, why didn't I take the corner? And then so twice in this game, I mean, if you see that goal from another angle, Gabriel has got his hands on the shoulders of the Palace defender, and later you see the Palace defender looking around going, what the hell was that? And I thought maybe they might have stopped that for a foul. But yeah, he's got that, smashes it. And then it's... did it hit the floor?
Yes, I'm pretty sure it did. I think it bounced it down.
Yeah, so I mean, and something like that. I mean, you show that to Jesus and Havertz, who haven't really had much luck with headers lately, and that is a brilliant header. That's what you do. You get up, you face the ball, and then you smash it with your forehead. He did that, and it was a wonderful goal, 1-0. And I thought, oh, here we go. That's nice. Maybe this is going to be a semi-decent game, Deac.
I agree. White was doing well as well by distracting Henderson. It's always good to see him have a little bit of tomfoolery with the keeper. So that was nice to see. I thought the game overall was very, very open. I thought Zinchenko had a good game today. It was nice to see him play. He had a lot of opportunities going through the middle, but I think that was heavily reliant on the lack of ability on Palace's part. Palace had a game today. I think Zinchenko doesn't get to have that free roaming ability. Luckily, we were able to do that. Zinchenko had a really good game today. So that's what I noted on the 12th minute. Lots of space through the middle. Zinchenko being one of the major factors driving that through and making some really lovely balls through to some attacking threats that Trossard failed to do for quite a number of minutes in this game. I've got... go on.
Is it that you got the pen next? Because I've put 23rd minute Havertz pen claim.
I've got a couple of other things. I've got 14 minutes composure at the back. I thought once again we were just showing how classy we are with playing around at the back. And then we got 16 minutes, great pressure from Jesus. I think Arsenal were really testing Henderson today. I think they had his number like on some paperwork or something like that, really watching him and tracking his how he was holding himself, and really noticed that he was struggling. So they were putting a lot of pressure on top of him. And then go on up to your minute then, Danny.
Yeah, was it 23 where it was the penalty where
the foul on Havertz?
Yeah. But again, when was the Jesus penalty? Because I've got here. No, I've got the Saka. I got the one where they pulled Saka down. What minute was that?
Well, that's 14. It says at the bottom of the screen, Danny. 49 minutes.
Thank you for that. Right.
The
Jesus pen was 57.
That will be
right. I'd see. I'm not used to having these. Normally, I screen grab it and then I don't have the time in the bottom of it. So there you go. Save me a lot of bother there. And so my next
57 minutes.
Yeah. So should we skip to 57 minutes so we can go home?
Yeah. Let's do that.
No, the next one I've got is 23rd minute Havertz penalty. Absolutely not. Wasn't a penalty. Was it?
No, it wasn't a penalty. However, I will say I've seen them given.
Oh, we've seen everything fucking given when it's not against us.
Sure, that's true. That's pointless what I just said. 26 minutes. Trossard still has not turned up this season.
Oh, you missed one. Straight after that, Gabriel smashed in the face, goes down. Arteta's going mad again. And they got away with it. A flailing arm into Gabriel, the defender's face.
I thought the ref didn't have the best game. Today.
I mean, you look at that. We could have had 2, possibly 3 penalties.
Yeah, I've seen them given. Obviously, you got the Jesus, the Havertz, and the Saka one. I've seen them given. I'm not saying they are.
United, they'd have got all of them.
I'm just saying they're given. Oh, Danny, you forgot to? I've got a new piece on the wall.
Oh,
like it?
Hold on, let me do this.
Guys, do we like my new piece of art on the wall?
You have to tell the people that are listening now and having a poo.
Oh yeah, that's very true. Sorry, I'm using my eyes to see. No, it's the North London Forever lyrics. So whatever the weather, these streets are our own. It's in a nice little with a nice little cannon in the bottom.
Where'd you get that from?
The missus got it for me for Christmas.
Oh,
and I've just put it on the wall yesterday.
Is it stuck to the wall or nailed to the wall?
It's stuck to the wall with command strips.
That's the way to go. You see my ceiling, it's like an advert for command strips.
Yeah, these are all command strips. Every single one you see here is all command strips. They're so good.
Rudy says, Gabriel was by far our best player, the defender. Hope his injury isn't serious. Same for Raya. He said he has a hammy. I think everybody has those nowadays. And Trev, Fergus says, we're all happy except Trev. Lovely. And Demsek has popped in to say hello. And Archangel says, Havertz actually loses weight when he jumps.
Loses height.
Fucking hell. Weight, height. I can't read.
Loses height when he jumps. To be fair, if you are tall, I've always found that tall players aren't very good at jumping.
Mertesacker.
Yeah.
That's
what I mean. Yeah. They're not very good at jumping. They're already like, I'm already there.
You get someone who's maybe a 5'10", they'll jump to about 6'6". You get someone who's 6'7", they'll jump to 6'8". What are you doing? Just tiptoe, you'd get higher. And here comes Per Saka. He's tiptoed it in on his tiptoes.
I don't know why that's a thing. I don't know why that's a thing, but tall people are rubbish at jumping. Rubbish.
Right, where were we?
Unless they're a basketball player.
I've put 29. Jesus offside again. It's taken him a while to get his timing right, which we've already mentioned.
Started getting a bit embarrassing. I don't know about you, but commentators were starting to laugh and joke about it, how it was just getting a bit stupid.
Yeah, well, these things. Here we go. Patrick's joined in with your one. Eze got about 65 free kicks.
yeah, he did. He did.
Rudy says Eze was their only threat.
And he had an ankle injury. He had an ankle injury and he was still their only good player.
Still doing wonders. Phil says, we should have had a pen on the 88th minute when Zinni had his non-shooting foot stood in the box. All the usual. Anywhere else, that is a foul. Bollocks. Next one I've got is 32nd minute. The dodgy back pass from Raya to Saliba, and then they have a shot on goal. What have we got with that?
So I've got Raya mistake, but good save. However, before that, Saliba once again showing his class. I can't believe how good of a player he is, Danny. I cannot believe how good of a player he is. He's easily one of the best centre-backs on the planet. I don't care. That's not coming from a biased Arsenal opinion. That's just coming from watching him week after week and going, he's really good at his job. He's such a good player. And he's so calm for someone so young. It's weird. It's so weird. But yeah, Raya making the mistake with the clearance, the ball out. But at least he made the save. At least he made the save. I'm not going to get too annoyed about it.
Yeah, it's if you close your eyes and you squint, you can see Saliba wearing the Real Madrid kit, and so I try not to squint because that's only a matter of time when they come in with £100 million bid for him because he's that kind of player. He's not going to go to another Premier League side, and he's not going to go to an Italian side because none of them have got money. He's not going to go to Bayern; they don't pay for players.
Boy, an Arsenal fan though.
Is it? Oh yeah, there's pictures of him as a kid.
Yeah, he's boy at Arsenal. He's boy at Arsenal.
Imagine if he stayed even if he stays until he's 36, 37, he'll break O'Leary's numbers.
I think so. I think he's got that caliber about him that he can be. Yeah, he'll be up there.
Right, what you got next?
36 minutes. Saka this time in the corner. This is the goal. So Saka this time in the corner. Gabriel again rising above the rest. But when I watched here we go. So we got the image up on the screen here. We got
36 minutes. It says in the bottom corner.
There we go. Yeah. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Phil. 36 minutes. Yeah, 36.50. That's what I got. Yeah. So I thought that was going in the header, but when you re-watch the replays constantly, you'll see that it goes off. It's going wide. So technically, it's not a goal from Gabriel. So it does hit Henderson in the back of the head from a really bad angle, and it goes into the back of the net.
See, I always thought that if the debate over an own goal is if the original shot from the opposing player, if nobody was in front of the goal, would it have still gone straight in? And it would have done. It wasn't going wide.
Do you think? I thought it was going wide. I think it's going wide. I think it's going wide. If it's on target, then it's Gabriel's goal, regardless of deflection.
Have they given it to him?
No, I don't think so.
No, Dean Henderson own goal.
Yeah. So when I first looked at it, I was like, I think that's going in. I think that's going in. Even FPL, fantasy football, they awarded Saka an assist. So a lot of people did until they changed their mind and they got the confirmation. They obviously looked at it. So it's going off. So it caps off probably one of Dean Henderson's worst performances in a Palace shirt.
Hold on. I'm going to go and get it.
Oh, and White was doing his business again.
He's doing his magic.
That's where Dean Henderson's leaning over Ben White there.
Here we go. I'm gonna risk the wrath of the gods here, and I'm gonna do it. If I do it frame by frame, then share screen, a window, and it's this one. Share.
I don't know.
Right.
Is this gonna be a good idea?
Can't you see it? Oh, you can see it. Oh, we're not on there. Right, okay, right. So you can see the screen, right?
Yeah.
There you go. You can see the ball there.
Wait. No. You've still got the image. You've still got the image on the screen.
Yeah. Hold on. StreamYard.
Sorry, ladies and gentlemen.
I was wondering why you weren't down the bottom.
We're having some technical difficulties. If you're listening, don't worry about it.
If you do bit by bit, then they might not see that it's a video. And then if I
trying to fool them.
Actually, what if I do this as well? That's not the right button, is it? Where is it? This one? Maybe now I'll bring this up. There you go. It's George Graham and Kenny Sampson.
Hey.
That'll mess up the algorithms. They won't know what's going on. Hopefully that's tricked them, everybody. Hopefully that's tricked them.
Just every now and again, flash an image.
Yeah. Right, here we go. Bring it back up again. Let's have a picture of this. There's George Graham, everybody. All right, we can see the ball there. Yep.
Yes, we can see the ball.
You can see the ball there. It's gone down and it wasn't going wide. I don't think this thing doesn't let me fucking shuffle backwards.
I really don't think we're learning much here, Danny.
You're not? Okay. They're all complaining.
They're
oh, here we go. Look at that. It's almost like I know what I'm doing. The ball comes in. There you go. That's definitely not going out, was it?
See, the thing is, I thought as well, but they've gone it as so it has to have gone out. Head. I know it does.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm just saying that because I'm looking.
If it is a goal for Gabriel, then I'm pissed. I would rather it be another goal for Gabriel. 100%.
The only way that could say that wasn't an own goal is if the travel of the ball was going to go down and then across the right hand side of the goal and out. But that hits. You can see it hits him in the head, and so that hilarious. Right, stop that. I should go and have a look at the video. And I mean, last time we did this, they deleted the video.
Right.
Oh well. Nobody saw that, right? Here's a picture of George Graham and Kenny Sampson. There we go. Let's go and have a look in the chat and see what the wonderful people in there are saying. Rudy says Palace are piss poor, but they managed to get a point at the Etihad. That's very true. Oh, where are we? Down the bottom.
Danny, have you spoken about Kevin De Bruyne being back?
I don't want to.
And the fact that he just
hold my beer, everyone. I'll go and sort this out. Comes on,
he just
scores
comes
a goal,
on and dominates.
He didn't have any knees a month ago.
He comes on and goes, yeah. You want me to win game? Okay.
Yeah. And then he had a quick puff of the inhaler, and then it was all okay again. His knee was better, and his legs were better. He grew new legs. Des Moran says O'Leary's appearance record will never be beaten down. He's 7:22. I was there on the day. Lovely. Alan Bastard says, I haven't seen you for a while, Mr. Alan Bastard. Nice to have you here. It says 5-0, a win and a good one. Thank God. But will it make Lee Gunny happy? Hopefully it'll make him go and take a long walk off a short bloody plank into a crocodile-infested pit of sadness. I lost where I was going with that halfway through. White has been doing his business on Henderson. Yeah, blocking it. Oh, referee's in my way. Shut up.
He's touching my bum.
Oh, Boyton says you can use the left and right arrow keys to scrub fat.
Don't give him any ideas.
I spent another hour trying to look at another bloody goal. Paul Neal says the Terminator does not get tricked. Good game. Come on, the goals. George Graham came for the goals. That's it. Margles was robbed of a goal. Saka robbed of an assist. Well,
I hope that's not the case, but who knows?
What else? Anyone saying anything about the here? Here we go. Temsek says there's an angle showing the Gabby ball heading past the far post, then it goes in off Henderson. I did guess that might be what they were flapping their gums about. Anyway, so that is the goal. We're 2-0 up, and I'm thinking, is there a collapse coming down? Is there going to be a terrible day? Then on the 40th minute, Zinchenko went, "Hey everybody, it's Samba time. Let's have a goal. I'll try and score a goal with another scissor kick." You're a cheeky bastard, I think, but he liked it.
He does like those karate kicks, doesn't he? He likes those karate kick techniques.
He does. He's all warmed and limbered up because of the week or two in Dubai, so everything's good. He's a happy man. He had that shot, didn't go in. So where are we down to now? It's 46th minute. If you've got anything before that, have you?
No, I've just got the 46-minute Trossard run and effort. Unlucky. But once again, Jesus looked good with the assist. So That's what I've got. I don't know if you've got the same. It's
No.
just frustrating. I love Jesus, but he needs to be scoring the goal.
He is so wasteful for someone who is a full-blooded international, and you're playing for Brazil, but you're still struggling to get stuff on target. Struggling. I mean, the offside bit is just trying so hard, but it is quite annoying.
He's just thinking too much. He just needs to get his head down and try and score some goals. I love the fact that he's a creative outlet and he's getting these assists, but he needs to focus on that second. If we don't bring Martin Odegaard into the team and go goals.
Yeah, go get goals
from you. No assists.
Don't bother setting them up. No,
just score them. Obviously, we want the assists and goals if needed, and that's kind of what we need from Jesus. And he's kind of doing it the other way around. I don't know.
I don't think this shows XG on here. No, it doesn't show. But I won't go over the stats until the second half, I suppose, at the end of the second half. So I don't know what our XG was, Archange. If anybody knows what that was, to put it in the chat. Patrick says, Tierney and Atwell robbed Big Gabby. They certainly did. Boy 10 says, Jesus is not a striker and he's too injury prone. Gonna need a wildly unpopular opinion, but I need him sold as soon as possible. Yeah, can't argue with that.
I don't think many people would disagree with that.
Yeah. And if Jose gets the job as Brazil manager, I know they've only just appointed one, but it's someone nobody wanted. But if he gets the job there, then he might as well retire from international football because he's never going to pick him. Right, second half, Deac. How do you start that off?
I will start off by mentioning, because I made a note here, watching the replays on my phone working at a market with my hands freezing whilst taking all of these notes, by the way.
Go get your sausages.
That's it. I noticed that in the first goal, Trossard worked really well at holding Henderson in the first goal, which basically gave Gabriel that real free opportunity. And that, yeah. So if you watch the first goal again, you'll see Trossard working really well at trying to
play the video.
Bamboozling Anderson and doing really well for it and allowing Gabriel to pretty much have I know he still had to do a little bit of work, but it allowed the opportunity to be a lot more open to him. So I noticed that before. And also, this is our 13th set-piece goal this season, followed closely by Everton with 11 and Nottingham Forest with 9, I think. Or Luton with 9, sorry. So it's a really weird table to be involved in, Everton. To be fair, Everton are playing decent this season. And they need to, because they might be getting some more points deducted.
More points deducted.
So, 13 set-piece goals this season, which is Danny, are you worried about that statistic, or are you happy about that statistic?
It is stat padding us and making us look good because the number of goals we scored, because we should be scoring more goals from open play. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, we can't be relying on these set-piece opportunities for goals to come. Luckily today, we managed to get a few goals from out of play as well. But I'm anxious about it as well, the fact that we're relying on these set-pieces. It's a nice addition, but we need to keep the goals free-flowing and scoring in open play at the same time.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, what's this one? Is that going to show me? Are you going to do anything? No, you're not going to do fucking anything, are you? I just completed my 6th back-to-back Invincible season with ABWFC. I thought I'd share that. And my assistant manager is Santi Cazorla. I've got Aubameyang, Espina, Fabregas, Toure, Giroud, Sanchez as my manager, my coaches and stuff, because none of them have jobs. So I give them jobs, and then other people come in and steal them and give them real jobs. So Sol Campbell just left me to get a real job. So what I'm doing, I'm rehabilitating them to get them into football management. And so far, Sol Campbell's the only one who's managed to do it. But yeah, we're doing wonders. 6 back-to-back Invincibles. I've not lost a game in 6 seasons. 111 games.
Beautiful stuff, Danny. Was that your halftime team talk?
That's do better. You be more like Venezuelan John used to say. Be more professional. You see words. It doesn't really work, does it? So yeah, cheeky shot from Rice, right at the goalkeeper, but a good testing for him range. That's it. And then the pot shot from Eze. That was a good save. I mean, Raya had a good game, didn't he?
Yeah, I think we had that opportunity. We had that moment early on where Raya misplaced a pass, but ended up recovering from that anyway, regardless. But overall, Raya had a really nice game, and we haven't even spoken about the goal that scored on the 58th minute. We'll come to that in just a moment. But my most important post here is for 54th minute. This is the Jesus caught offside for the 73rd time today. Why do you think he's getting caught offside so much, Danny?
Because he's recovering from an injury, and that as we all know, you got to keep. You see the perfect thing when Jesus was running down for the Trossard goal.
Yep.
Trossard was in the middle of the pitch and he was looking to his right the whole time, making sure that he wasn't going to be offside, and he did a good job. And even then, they tried to do it for offside.
Yeah, they did, didn't they? And it was not offside.
I think Jesus might have a slightly bonky left eye, because every time he's doing it, he's looking to his left, and then he can't really see what's going on, or he can't judge it, or because you need that instant, that snap pace, didn't you? Bang, I'm going. And if you're a little bit unfit, then maybe it's a little bit hard to judge it, or maybe he's just stupid. I don't know, but he must be offside more times this season than any other player.
I'd be interested to see that.
I'm going to go and see if I can find it.
Figure that one out. All right, then, cool.
Yeah.
57th minute. Jesus asked too much, not enough for a pen. So we got the Jesus penalty claim. Not enough for me. And I think everyone agrees. Unless anybody disagrees, then you're incorrect. It wasn't a penalty. And I'd be ashamed if Arsenal were doing having moments like this where we were begging for this to be a penalty. But we've got the image up on the screen. There was a brief brushing of his back, and he went down like a sack of shit. Not a fan of moments like that. That's obviously his Manchester City days still coming through. Not a fan. I don't know about you guys, but one of the big things that I like about Arsenal is that we've got character. We don't try and do this bullshittery where we're trying to dive and beat and play like an arsehole. I don't like that sort of style of play and tomfoolery and all that shit. Yeah, Ben White's funny with the keeper and stuff when he does his business. But all this diving malarkey, I'm not a fan of it. Never liked it. Piss poor. I'm glad that from what I'm seeing, most people are agreeing with me in the chat live, so I appreciate that. But yeah, I think we can all be on the same page here, Danny. Dive, correct? Oh, we've lost Danny. Danny? We've lost him. Well, I'll tell you what we'll do then. We'll go straight into the 58th minute. We'll talk about the goal. The thing is with Arsenal, you've got to be sure that if you're attacking, you've got to be sure that you're making the most of your opportunities. They've gone from a corner here. The ball is put back in by Will Hughes. The ball is then caught by Raya. He sees a brilliant run by Gabriel Jesus out on the right-hand side. He's done this numerous times in the game today. Trossard does really well to stay in line to not get caught offside. Jesus plays a wondrous ball over to Trossard. Really well done from him. Trossard has a moment to himself where he's not completely confident at the idea of taking this first time. So then he cuts in on his right with his first touch, which is, it already bamboozles the centre-back. He then takes another little touch, but he doesn't do what everybody I believe to be anyway, thinking that what he would do here, I'm thinking he's going to place it bottom right, across the keeper. He rifles it into the top of the net. Something that I wasn't expecting, that's for sure. This comes up to 10 games without a goal before today. I'm so glad that he's managed to get a goal this season. I think we're really struggling, obviously, with the goals. I think everybody's, understanding of that. Yeah, 10 goals, 10 games, sorry, without a goal. But obviously that's been broken today. And then obviously Danny already spoke as well about how the fact that VAR is checking that, even though even in the viewing of it live, I don't think anybody had any disagreements to it potentially being offside. I don't understand all of that. But anyway, I digress. Danny's back.
By force of habit, I just looked to my football manager and I clicked continue. Oh, your computer power's going off. Oh, and then it was using so much computer power, I couldn't even control alt delete it. And my mouse is going bit, 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 bit. So good job you couldn't hear what I was saying there, because there was a lot of C words and a lot of F words. So I take it you covered perfectly.
Covered perfectly. Couldn't see me for shit.
No, I saw that when I come back. I went.
But covered. I think, guys, in the chat live, I'd like to think that I managed to ad-lib there and continue flawlessly. Even though you couldn't see me, I felt like I handled that pretty well.
Sign of a pro.
But I digress. I don't know if you heard any of that, Danny.
No, it logged me out of the thing.
I just talked about the Raya assist for the throw. So Crystal Palace get the corner, don't do enough with it. Will Hughes puts a very weak ball in. Raya gets the ball, sees the run from Gabriel Jesus out on the right-hand side, throws the ball to him with ferocity. Look, he's on the floor, the guy. Raya's on the floor. He's thrown the ball.
Hard.
He's thrown it that hard. He's laying on the ground like Rose in Titanic. He's going to draw me like one of those French girls, like the GQ Giroux celebration.
Now, the question should be, would Ramsdale have been able to do some of the stuff that Raya did today? Because it is actually relevant, isn't it?
No. Ramsdale, listen, you know how I feel about Ramsdale. I'm a bit annoyed about what he's done talking about Arsenal to the media behind the club's back. And obviously his dad getting involved. And that's probably one of the reasons why Arteta's annoyed with him. However, he was really good last season, Ramsdale. Really like his character overall.
Yep.
But Raya's got that je ne sais quoi, that ability to make moments like this happen. I know, and focus as well. So Gabriel Jesus does really well to control the ball. Trossard doing even better with maintaining the line of the centre back. Balls played through to him. Doesn't have the confidence to really take it first time, but does really well with his first touch to bamboozle the defender to the ground, and then takes an extra touch and then rifles it into the top of the net. But I was just saying as well that VAR getting involved was just a load of shite. And this would have been 10 games without a goal for Trossard. So I'm very happy that he's back involved and getting in the goals this season, because we desperately need it, don't we?
Look at the abuse I was getting when my bloody computer decided. I mean, it's a decent bloody computer, but when Football Manager is going, mama, it's a hungry processor,
uses everything. It uses everything. It does use everything.
It uses, especially when you've got down to level 20 of the pyramid. There's 1 trillion. Oh, we've got a question there from Demsek. Got any questions, people? Put them in the chat, and I will save them for the end of the show. It's Scrivo says, hello, Daniel and Mr. Deeks. Hello, it's Scrivo. I haven't seen you in a while. Lone Star Londoner, haven't seen you in a while. Easy to predict. We would give Palace a good hiding. 60 shots in 3 games prior, though. Yeah, we've talked about that on every podcast that we've done. I brought up my little stat here, which will might make some of you sad. Well, they should change this. So if you bring up a thing, it just gets rid of the latest message. All the shots on goal. Today's number of shots on goal was only 21. 21 shots, 6 on target, 8 off target, and 7 blocked. So 21. Yeah, so
I think you've got the wrong image up, Danny.
Why? No, this is the ones before, all the old games.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the 124.
Right. Okay, to put it up for a comparison.
Yeah, and I'm reading. I haven't updated it to put today's in it. So if how many sevens goes into 120? How many times? 3, 7, 5. I don't know.
Maths. I'm not getting involved.
Echo. 124 divided by 7. I lifted that out to make me look clever.
Okay, good.
That average is at 17 shots per game, people, over those from the Liverpool loss back down to the Aston Villa loss. Those sevens. Average is 17 shots a game. Today we had 21. So, yeah, still looking pretty decent, but none of those did we get 5 out of 21. So, yeah, where are we up to then?
We've got, so that's 58 minutes.
Yeah.
So I've got a 62nd minute update.
Femi is there, and we've got Glenn the ticket. Hello, Fem. How was the game today, Fem? Was there any point today did the crowd start to turn, or I suppose because of the early goal, they were on it like a tramp on chips all day, which is nice. Boy 10 says, Football Manager has to simulate all those players and manage and their decisions. Can make a processor buckle to its knees if it's not ready, especially the newer ones. Yeah, my processor is about 3 years old. It's a Ryzen.
Even new processors. I struggle with this sort of thing.
I had it in the background, not doing anything, and then I went, there's all my invincible.
How many seasons have you got on that save, Danny? 6.
6.
You've got 6 years plus worth of added regens from every club that you've got open in your database.
But I have going back in the game detail and turning off all the leagues once I leave them. So I've only got the top 16 leagues, top 17 leagues running at the moment. And that's not helping, is it?
Oh, that's not helping, Danny. 17 as well.
215,000 players.
Yes, that's not good. The maximum you can get is just under 500,000.
Yeah. Oh, this one, it says maximum is 125. The recommended is 125.
Yeah, that's a lot of people. That's a lot of people.
Let's get on with this. Where were we up to?
62nd minute, poor foul from Jesus on Eze just outside the box. A good save from Raya. 68 minutes, Martinelli and ESR coming on for Trossard and Havertz. Good changes, and I'm hoping that ESR takes his chances. Danny, did ESR take his chances today?
I don't think he was in a position to take many chances, but when it was 3-0 and I knew it was going to be 5-0, I thought, please, I hope a couple of screamers. I said to my friend Jennifer, I said, I hope it's going to be 2 ESR screamers. Run through. He does. He repeats the Maradona goal or something. Does a couple of those in the last 25 minutes of the game, and that was 15 minutes of the game, however long it was. Yeah. But it didn't do it. But it didn't do anything bad. And the Opta, the WhoScored.com gave him a 6.2. And what did he do during the game? He had 1.7% possession, 94% pass success rate, 12 out of 15 correct passes, 16 total passes, which is pretty good. No key passes. But when you only come on for that short length of time, you can't really do much. But he didn't do anything wrong, which is the important thing. And I think that's the most amount of minutes he's had for most of the season, isn't it? Excluding the one game.
It is. It is. Would you start him against Forest in 10 days' time over Havertz in the left 8?
I definitely would. And I think Trossard has shown absolutely nothing. I think I'll start Martinelli again. But it's almost like Havertz has read a book on how to play football. And he has to keep looking at he's written it all on his arms. And he has to keep looking at his arms, going, "What do I do in this situation?" No, they've all gone. Oh, what do I do?
Sweaty.
I've jumped 1 inch higher than I actually am. So it's let him play. But the next game is against. They say it's against Forest.
Yeah, Forest in 10 days' time.
Perfect game for Smith Rowe to come in. Yep. Semi-easy opponent who we've had no
away from home. It's away from home, Danny. It's away from home.
That'd be annoying, Sean, because she doesn't live too far from the stadium. So I'd play him there because that should be a pretty. They like to play half decent football because they've got Portuguese goalkeeper in as the manager. Bully Neto, I think his name is.
Yep.
And sounds like a Harry Potter spell.
Yep.
Yeah, so it'd be an ideal game for him, but it's not going to happen, is it?
I don't think so. I think Havertz is going to be reintroduced into the side again. But we might see another 65-minute cameo from ESR, and we'll see what happens. But Ray's got a great point. Havertz defends. He's also an incredibly good player at finding space, and we took that for granted in the spell that we didn't have him for the game that he was suspended for. Can't remember what that game was, but we missed him. We definitely missed him, and his space invading that he does. But I'm hoping to see ESR come off the bench again, a bit similar to what happened today against Palace. Against Forest in 10 days' time.
We're up to now Jorginho on for Rice. Rice looked a little bit tired. 80th minute. Gabriel and Jesus off for Kiwior and Eddie. And at that point, I thought, please don't let Eddie score 2 goals. And he didn't, luckily. And then I had no real notes. And I thought, well, I might as well go and have a look at my WhatsApp messages. Just after that 80th minute, I thought, well, the game's done. 5-0. Oh, fuck, what's going to happen? 92nd minute, maybe they were wrong. Maybe I started to look at who scored. It went, it is 5-0, but I didn't look at the goal scorers. Game almost gone now. 4 minutes to go. Who the hell can be scoring the goals? And then, a bish bash bosh, Martinelli popped up, Deac.
He did. 93rd minute. Finally, Martinelli gets it in. 4-0. Nice Henry finish from the man with Eddie with a really nice layoff. I wasn't incredibly impressed with Eddie with a little cameo that he did get today. However, he did really well with the little assist and the run that he created to allow Martinelli to pretty much just Henry-esque past Dean Henderson. But we say this with about a keeper that's probably had one of his worst performances in a football shirt in his memory. So I don't know. But Martinelli, it's good to see him scoring again, Danny, you know?
It is. Most offsides in the Premier League this season is Man United for 57. We've had 45, most of which were today. But it doesn't tell me.
Wait, is that up to date? Because if it's up to date from today, because
could be another 50 for us. We could be well in the lead here.
We could be well in the lead at this point with Gabriel Jesus and how many times he got caught offside. So we could be ahead at this point.
Yes, might well be.
Might well be.
So, and then you think, oh, that's pretty good. 94th minute, the same thing again.
He did the same thing. He just did the same thing, Danny. Really nice stuff. However, it was Jorginho this time that gets the assist.
Ball.
Lovely ball over the top. Martinelli doing really, really well. Yep. I don't know if somebody said on the touchline when they were subbing on Martinelli and went, listen, you've been watching Jesus, haven't you, all throughout this game? You know when he does that thing where he doesn't stay on side? Don't do that.
Don't
do that, all right? Just stay on side. And he went,
help.
Okay.
Yeah. So I've got a screen grab here, people. There's the first goal, the position where Martinelli scores in the 93rd minute. And this one is where he scores in the 94th minute. Now, look, that looks like it's the same separate continuation of the first goal. I mean, for a goalkeeper to get done in identical situations in the same time, that is unforgivable. But it's also great work by Martinelli to get past the defender and to do that and to read it, and especially doing the same thing a minute and a half after you've just done it. You think the goalkeeper ain't going to, yes, fallen for it twice in a row. That is miraculous. I'm like the match of the day here, throwing backwards and forwards. It's unacceptable. Some moron will be saying,
this is terrible football.
And they'll try and take away from the skill that has taken from Martinelli. I mean, the first one, you've got a bigger gap to go for. The second one, you've got an even smaller gap to go for. Beautiful. Well done, Martinelli. And that's what that boy is capable of. That's why he should be playing up front and try Jesus on the left wing for a little bit. Is that got legs?
I don't know about that.
I know you want to see ESR up front, but he's not even going to start anything.
We've not seen it. Who knows? Who knows?
Well, I'll be buying him on FM when he's about 55, and I'll be playing him up front for ABWFC.
Nice.
Which I won the last game of the season 4-2, which I've had to Control-Alt-Delete the game to stop it. And why does it do that? There must be some kind of patch. It just goes day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4. No, at the end of every day, I want to have to click continue to go to the next day. Or is that just my game?
No, it's everyone's game. If there's nothing happening that day when you've got no email, it doesn't come back.
I want it to say, are you ready to go to the next day, sir? Oh, there's something flying.
But with Foot Manager, you've got what will happen is you're skipping time, not days. So sometimes you'll have like 2 or 3 times you got to press continue on one single day.
Yeah,
because it says the time of.
I don't like it where it skips. I nearly fucked up one season because when you're playing in this level, there's only 8 or 9 teams in the league. So sometimes you're going a month without a game. So I have to play 3 or 4. I mean, I play about 100 friendlies a season. Because the only way to keep my players fit during the season is between the month between games. I have to play 4 or 5 pre-season friendlies. And so once I forgot to do that, coming up to the last game of the season, I got smashed 6-0 because all my players were on 40% fitness. So I resaved. Loaded it up again. Yeah. This time played all the friendlies and then I beat them 5-0. That's the only game I've lost. And I think I'm allowed to do a reload on that because I forgot.
Yeah, we all get a reload in life, Danny. We all get a reload.
Well, this will be the second one because I've had to fucking tell the game to fuck off and stop annoying me. So there we go. That was my last note. 94th minute, identical ball. I'd have stood up if I could, and I'd have applauded that ball from Jorginho. Why do you think he doesn't get more games playing the role that he was masterful at? Was it Napoli? Is it with Napoli or Lazio? He was a magnificent player when he was playing in Italy for Napoli. Because I don't think we play that style of football, Danny. I don't think that Arteta wants to see an over-the-top ball from the deep line playmaker like Jorginho, old school football of a decade ago. I don't think Arteta's looking to play that sort of football. We don't have the players, the caliber of players to play that style of football. It worked out there because Martinelli did really well with separating his run. And if we had an image of the moment when the ball's being played, the right back. No, I'm not going to tell you to do it. The right back's completely out of position, like not in line with his other fellow defenders at all.
Massive errors from Palace. Brilliant intuition from Martinelli. Jorginho acting on the moment and executing an excellent pass, which allowed Martinelli to go in. But it's not something that we usually see.
Well, you wouldn't have seen that at any other point in the game because it was 3-0. Game was over 90th minute.
Yes.
And Palace had shut down. Arteta had been clever and gone, these are fucked. Martinelli, get your boots on, son. Go out and rip them a new one. And he did. And that's why they did the same thing twice in a row because they'd given up. Yep. But, I mean, that must be a record for the quickest 2 goals in injury time in the Premier League for...
It's got to be up there.
Maybe ever.
It's got to be up there. It's definitely got to be up
Travis
there.
Orr says, is that Travis? I don't know. Oh, no. Travis hasn't got long hair like that. Italy, a different league, and Jorginho is also aging. I know. Who's your Italian team apart from Sorrento?
I don't really have an Italian team apart from Sorrento.
Mine's
I'm honest with you. Maybe Napoli because I've been to Napoli, I guess. Yeah. But Sorrento, they're in Serie C and they're pushing for playoffs at the moment to get into Serie B, maybe.
Good. Luca AFC, whose podcast I am on tomorrow. Echo, have I got any reminders for tomorrow?
Danny, here is your reminder.
6 p.m.
Tomorrow at 6 p.m.
There we go. So I've set it for 6 p.m, Luca, and I will not forget. I'll be on Luca's channel at 7:30, and we will be talking all about the arse.
Danny, why did I think that Echo was going to swear at you or something?
I swear at it all the time.
Oh, okay.
I do.
Probably why then.
The one in the bedroom, I've had to turn it off at the wall because it just decided it refuses to tell me the time. Now, when I go to sleep at night, I have to have something playing because the silence, because I've got tinnitus.
Yep,
so my current one is I tell it to play Art Bell, and it plays episodes of Art Bell from the 1998 we're up to at the moment. Or Dan Carlin's Hardcore History, or Dan Carlin's Common Sense, or Nick Abbott's Nick Abbott's. I can't remember what it's called. They used to play the whole show, but now it doesn't because LBC have gone. You're not having that anymore.
Spoiling things. Fun sponges, Danny. Fun sponges.
They certainly are. But it's nice when I am so tired, I lay down. So I've got a new 300 quid mattress because I've had this last one for 10 years, and you could almost wring the piss out and sweat and dribble and snot out of it. It's currently in Sean's room on its side, and Sean goes, "Why the fuck is this in my room?" Well, first of all, sweetheart, you left home 7 years ago, and you've got a 2-bedroom lovely apartment in Nottingham, so technically that's my spare room. Shut your face. And then she looks at me. And I shut up. And she said, "Why is this in here?" I said, "Because I've got a new mattress and it's not easy for me to move around, and because it's got a 2-inch memory foam on it. And with my big fat butt, once I'm sat in that, I'm cradled and I can't move around to get the duvet off and stuff. But now, it's been a week. I'm almost used to it. But it is so comfortable, Deac. Oh, my God. Mattress talk, everybody. Normally when I've got electric bed and I lay down, I can lay down for about an hour, then my back will ache and I sit up for half an hour, then I lay down. This one, I lay down and 6 hours later I wake up and go, "What the fuck has happened? What? Yeah, where's the time gone?"
There's sedatives in this, and it just bleeds back into your skin.
I've never in my life gone 6 hours without waking up with just a little niggle in my back, going, "Oh, a little bit stiff." But the last mattress had more lumps than a page 3 model, so yeah. But it's hard to change when you like if I get a new chair or get new shoes or anything like that. I
agree. I'm not a fan of change. No change. No. Keep it the same.
Leave it alone. Unless you're talking about presidents, then change is good, everybody.
Agreed.
Enough of that. Me and Deac are going to do a show where it's just a non-football show talking about everything. It'll just be mostly Football Manager. And I was going, "Don't talk politics. Just don't do it, Deac." And he's going, "Dad, don't talk politics. Let's talk Football Manager." So we're going to do a show like that, maybe on Sundays. So we're just going to work up to that. Sean's going back tomorrow, so I shall have the rest of my life empty with no plans until her birthday in May. That includes leaving the fucking house. So we've gone slightly off track there.
Slightly off track.
Let's do some questions, shall we? We have got a few questions. I'm going to bring up one of the last questions because it's relevant to the game from Archangel. It's the most recent one asked. Did anyone else notice Zinchenko and White switching sides early in the game? I did notice Zinchenko was playing a much more central role in the first half, and Saliba was going over to the left. Or was it Gabriel going over to the left? See, if you wear a number 2, I think you're right back. So when I see the back of him, I go 5, 4, 5, 6, 4.
I agree.
Does not compute.
Yeah.
Yeah, so either way, whoever was the left-sided centre-back was covering over. That's probably Gabriel, actually, now I think about it. And I noticed that quite a lot. And even Rice was going further forward, and then Zinchenko was sitting in that hole. And I did notice it a little bit more. How about you, Deac?
Yeah, let's be honest. Palace had a really bad game today. It allowed Zinchenko to pretty much play football how he wants to play football. Zinchenko, attacking threat, probably one of the better players out there. Let's be honest. He had a really, really good game today.
Because he's got everything.
However, his defensive capabilities are fucking shocking. Yep. Oh my God. It's like watching Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. It's two different performances. I remember listening to a podcast the other day, and they said that this guy, when he does ratings, he gives everybody a rating, but he gives Zinchenko 2 separate ratings. based on first and second half, because it's literally like a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde situation with Zinchenko. However, today he had a good performance. I think he was called upon maybe a handful of times, but it wasn't really much. So yeah, I'm terrified if we come up against a team who really want to give it to us, because I really feel like Palace, from the moment the game was kicked off, Palace didn't want to really play football. They were playing anti-football. I don't know what that was all about. Maybe that was Roy Hodgson's idea of tactics going up against Arteta, but it obviously didn't work today. And Zinchenko was allowed to just play carefree football through the middle, and he had a fun time. It was like watching a Labrador going out for a run.
Oh, here we go. Femi was at the game. Says Zin and White didn't swap sides. Palace had a free kick and kept the ball for a spell afterwards, so the players held position until it went out.
Yeah, I didn't notice that. I didn't notice that they'd swap sides. I did notice, obviously, that Zinchenko was doing his inverted wingback thing a lot, because he was having a really good game playing through the middle. But I didn't see him swap sides or anything. I just saw him playing through the middle. I don't know.
Archangel,
what do I know?
Poor Uncle Roy on the sideline looked like he wanted his slippers and cocoa. He's not going to see the season out, is he?
I don't think so. We already saw the Palace fans getting a little bit pissy, putting up some banners and saying how they're sick and tired of the complacency. So, yeah, I think it's safe to say after today's performance, I think, especially with the way that Palace played football, they played 5 at the back, anti-football.
Yeah.
Fans are not going to be happy with it.
Plus, did you see who was in the stands? It was Harry Potter. Graham Potter was in the stands.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's either him or George Graham, because we've all seen that George Graham was there. Hello, George. And Kenny Sampson.
There they are again.
Good to see that George Graham's hands are. I was watching him holding the cup because apparently he's got really bad arthritis.
Oh, that's
and he's keeping his hands warm there.
Good idea. Good idea.
The bloke below him has got a lovely quiff for a gentleman of a certain age.
Yeah, I like the licking.
Yeah,
that's what I do.
Yeah, I have to do that because when you're on the carnivore diet, my God, my mouth is dry as someone's flip flop. See, I censored myself there. Lone Star said, who was it? Scrivo said they'd be up for a football manager pod. Oh, don't tempt us. We'll be talking all fucking night about it. Lone Star says, how do you unlock mattress potential? Provide a supportive environment. Maybe I'll talk to Mattress Talk one day. Right, where were we up to? Hello, there's lots. I just retweeted our tweet showing that we're live on Twitter. Hold on, something in my eye. And there's 11 people there watching at the moment. Hello to everybody watching us on Twitter. You can interact with the show.
Talk to us.
Like I think, because you see here people on Twitter. Boy Tens comes up with a little YouTube bit. The Facebook, nobody ever messages us on. And then if you message us on Twitter, when was the last time? I'm looking for someone on Twitter to have messaged us. There's somebody on Twitter, put a message in there, and I'll bring it up on the live chat. But there doesn't seem to be anything at the moment. Here we go. Scrivo says, Danny, any thoughts of doing an after dark pod? Used to love them back in the day. We tend to retire things like the Sunday roast is retired and the after dark is retired, but then we're bringing up new ones and reinventing stuff. So you never know what might pop up, something along those lines. So come on, someone on Twitter, put something in the Twitter comments and I'll highlight it. Try and be, here we go. Imran Khan. Oh, the Gunners. There you go. In Pakistan. I was watching a video on Pakistan the other day. It was Bald and Bankrupt on YouTube, was going around Pakistan. He also did Bangladesh and he spent quite a time in India. some places where I would love to go and have a look around. I love a mooch. I'd love to try the street food, but I would shit myself inside out on that. I'd have to do the entire holiday eating nothing but crisps because you look at me funny and I'm going to get the shits. Oh, dear. Anyway, Imran, nice to have you here. Well, hey, LF has put, well, hey, hello. Oh, look, lovely picture of our
that's
master.
a nice one. I do like the black and white pictures. It's very classy.
A
very
lovely,
classy.
moody picture there. That's nice. And if people are watching us on Twitter, give it a retweet and then tell people to come and put something. Lone Star says, what do you call a mattress that likes to flirt? A bed hopper. That's cheeky. LF on Twitter says, what's red and bad for your teeth? Being a scouser. I don't. A house brick. Oh, our very own Phil Macker. He's watching us on Twitter and he's watching us on YouTube. There you go. That's a great way to stat pad the show. We've now got 19 people watching us on Twitter. You people, you've missed most of the show. It's been at times decidedly average. And that's the best of it. Imran likes it. He says it's funny. The cholera charts. Oh, yeah, they've had outbreaks all over the place, haven't they? That's not good. Right, Deac, another question. So if you have got a question, people on Twitter, put it with a Q or let me know it's a question. I will read it out. Going back to the first question we got is Dempsek. Which is more important, Jesus scores 0 and goals and 1 assist, or Jesus scores what? Hold on, Jesus scores 0 and assist 1, or Jesus just scores 1 goal? What do you think?
So his goals contribution either way is 1, like if a goal and or assist. So do I want him to score goals or get assists?
Yeah,
I want him to score goals. I want him to score goals. Allow Odegaard to do the assist making. I don't know what's going on. I feel like everyone's trying to take over everybody's job. I don't know what's going on.
Demsek says the answer to my question: game result while Jesus is injured, 1-4, drew 1, lost 3.
So we're in completely indifferent.
Yeah, so it's we won 4 and we didn't win 4. It's not good. Phil's now moaning. Answer my question. When I have got your question saved, he says, "What is more likely in January? We sign a player, or Danny gets to play with a real lady?" Well, I'm retired from the dating game, but I tell Sean, if I went on one of those dating apps, I'd be a unicorn. I've got 5 cats. I own 3 vehicles. I've got a lovely house. I've been single for 23 years because I was bringing up my daughter and all my time went to her. And then how does she thank me? She fucks off to university and abandons me when I need her the most. That's what she does. I'm a grateful cow. Yeah, don't smoke, don't drink, don't do drugs. Although yesterday, my God, I had sugar for the first time in 2.5 weeks. I was like that in the restaurant. It sent me bonkers for about half an hour once the sugar kicked in. That shows how bad sugar is for you people. So there you go, Phil.
Yeah, sugar is really bad for you.
Stick your answer up your bum. What else have we got next? Another question from Demsek. Oh, no, that's the first question. His next question is, does anybody know how many games we have lost with well, okay, that's the question you're answering. Okay, this is why I should not be in charge of anything in this game, including pressing continue on Football Manager. It's Scrivo. Question, if we bring in an elite striker, an Osimhen or Vlahovic, for instance, with the way we play, would it actually improve our goal scoring, or is it a creative issue? That's a very easy answer, Deac, isn't it?
Vlahovic, elite striker. I don't know about that.
2 goals the other day.
Okay, good for the man. No. If you're gonna sign a striker, you're gonna go for Osimhen, aren't you? If
Osmanov,
Osimhen.
I thought you were going to get Osmanov.
Osmanov, yes, Osmanov.
He sounds like he's trouble.
Great striker.
He sounds like he's going to come with ties.
Prickly personality, but incredible goal.
We're going to have to pay for him in barrels of oil.
That's it.
And do it via the Cayman Islands.
That's it. So Osimhen would be my top striker, followed by Tony, Solanke, Watkins. That's my 4 strikers.
Watkins in the calendar year of 2023 was the most goals and assists combined in the Premier League.
Interesting.
And he's a good-looking chap. He has nice hair.
Good-looking chap. He's a good-looking
nice
chap.
Person.
He's Arsenal supporter.
Yes. Played for Brentford. I like him.
Yeah, I like Watkins. I
do.
We'll have to see,
he's
though.
Like the Calvert-Lewin that isn't a bit of a twat. Similar players.
Yeah.
But one can stay fit in the other.
We're going to have to wait and see, aren't we? We're going to have to wait and see. But whether it's a situation of whether we're not scoring goals or getting or lacking of assists, I think that we're playing strict football based on the personnel that we've got up front. And but Danny, overall though, I haven't got a degree in football, so I can't really answer this question very well. But I think we need a goal scorer. I think we need a goal scorer.
I'm just having a look at our Twitter. Lance from Shut Up You Tit from Finland. Following you back on the Twitters. If anybody is watching on Twitter and we're not following you back, let us know. So I just followed him back. I've just had a look at LF. He is a blue tick, AFC, Grizzlies, and LH44. I don't know what LH44 is, but I imagine it might be something American based. So we're already following you, AFC Scrivo. So that's very good. Lance has put a picture of himself up with his mask on because it's about 1,000,000 degrees below zero. That is lovely. So I'm just kind of scrolling through the. Here comes Bonky Bollocks. No one look at his bollocks when he goes by. You're Bonky, aren't you? It's my mum's cat. I inherited a fucking shitty cat with Bonky Bollocks. What are you doing up here? Do you like football? That's a no. Don't show everyone your bonky bollocks for fuck's sake. Right, I can only see half the screen. That was Scrivo's question. I'm going to attempt to scroll down and see. Oh, here we go. He's moving. Phil Macker says, "What is the best ever signing on Footy Manager?" I will tell you that. I would show you. Is a bloke called Dan Strevens. Signed him in tier 20 of the English leagues. He scored 38 goals in 15 games my first season. Every single season, he has scored nearly 200 goals in 6 seasons. Never injured, always the top goal scorer and always the top average rating of about 8.5. I'm wondering when this is going to tail off because next season I'm in tier 14. Big boys. You?
Mine is a regen. I was playing FM 2016 and I have a clip of it, a 10-minute clip of it of me streaming it on Twitch when I was streaming on Twitch all the time. Yeah. And this is a very young me. I'm going to put it into the chat for YouTube. So if anybody wants to watch it, you can. It was a guy called I was managing Derby County at the time, and I was in the Champions League final. It's 2021, so it's like 5 years in, and I'm in the Champions League final against Barcelona. And my whole team was just incredible. It was all just mostly regen. The main guy was a guy that I signed from Chesterfield for 200 grand called Ian Parkinson. And this man scored a hat-trick in a Champions League final against Barcelona to win it for me 3-0. It was and this was like at 11 p.m. at night in my shed when I was streaming. And I just went absolutely ape shit. The chat was going ape shit. There was loads of people, like 100 people watching me. And it was just such a good time, a simple time. So, yeah, that's my favorite ever player that I've ever signed is Ian Parkinson, an unknown regen and a non-real player from Chesterfield for 200 grand and signed him to Derby. I put the video into the chat so if everybody wants to watch it, you can watch it.
Jolly
10-minute video. It's quite emotional.
AFC Scrivo says, tier 20 payment is a pint of Thatcher's after the game and a bag of scratching as well. I'm in tier 15 at the moment. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Yeah, tier 15, and I'm still not paying anybody any money. And they do try and steal my players, but they all say no. Phil says, I still have pages and pages of my best FM teams going back 25 years. Boy 10, best ever signing on FM was a toss-up between a French lad I signed when he was 14, Alan Kitchen from Clairefontaine, best CM of all time, a Thomas Pica, same save, Italian striker with 20 pace and agility. Okay, now I'm going to bring up my best ever player. I went and found it. I did a screen grab. His name is Robbie Ryan. And as you can see there, I signed him for Manchester Rovers in tier 10. That was because that was the official. They did a tier 10 save, and so I won promotion all these seasons. And he played in tier 10 all the way up to the Premier League, where he got 4 games as substitutes with an average rate of 5.82. Yeah, but one player, 10 different leagues.
Danny, you know those times when the horse is lame, and you see those videos.
Yeah, I should have shot him.
Guy where it's like. Robbie, do you want to pop outside with me for a minute? I just need to chat to you about something. And Robbie's like,
follow me.
why have you got that double barrel shotgun? It's like, don't worry about that.
And can you hold my hand because I'm blind, I'm lame.
Just Robbie, just come with me. Just got to show you something, all right? You've been great, but I've got to show you something. That's what that should have been.
It would have been definitely would have been interesting. But I've also, as it's when you in a creator team save, which is what I did, you can click can't be fired. Because I know once I start getting up to the conference and that kind of level, well, you've had a bad set at the moment. They give me a D- on my transfers because I bought a 16-year-old in who's gone and played 5 games and scored 3 goals. Oh, we're not happy with him. We don't like him. I bet you shut up. I'm the boss here. I went full Arteta on him and sent them out to
nice. Good
Declan.
Stuff. Good stuff.
We don't seem to have any more questions.
Alrighty.
Oh, here we go. LF says tier 15 is parking, is free parking or a bus pass. Oh, we got one from Demsek. He says, do we really need a striker? Without a striker, we scored 42. With a striker with Liverpool and City, 48. I would say you can't guarantee the goals because we scored 5 against Forest. I mean, 5 today against Villa. Palace. And my brain's thinking of what was the other game, Sheffield United. Right. So when you take out, we've scored 32 goals against the rest of the league. So we've stat padded horrendously in so many games this season. It's like in the Champions League when we scored 6, made our Champions League look a lot better than it actually is. Do you agree?
Yeah, I agree. I think we need a striker. I think everybody's on the same page with that.
You look against this season between Bournemouth, Sheffield United, Luton and Palace, 4 of the worst teams in the league. We scored 18 goals. So you say 42 goals, nearly half of those goals were against 4 shit teams. And it's against all the other sides. Like we didn't score any against West Ham, 1 against Liverpool, 1 against Fulham, none against Villa. We only scored 1 against Brentford, 1 against Man City. It was a fucking bus parade on its own. 1 against Everton. Only 2 against Spurs. They're shit. So I don't agree with you, Demsek. LS says tier 15. Oh, we've done that one. Phil says, I thought tier 20 was you had to put up the goals yourself and snog the captain's sister, possibly. Where are we down? We've got any sensible things? Boy10 says, is there any goal scorer on the market? I can't see anything less than a bona fide goal scorer scoring, surviving Arteta's striker role. I don't think we're signing anyone at all. I think this window is going to be a window where people are leaving. We know that Soares.
We're not saying. I wouldn't worry about it, guys. This striker situation is not going to get looked at until the summer. I wouldn't worry about it. There's no point in having this conversation all the time. It's not going to happen.
True. Ray says, don't sit in Liverpool stat pad too. To a certain extent, yeah. But Liverpool haven't had that. I mean,
they show up. They're showing up this season. They're showing up this season. De Bruyne is back for City. I know they don't have Haaland. But let's be honest, City won a lot without Haaland. So I won't worry about that.
Phil says, do you play actual real football?
I haven't played real football in years, Danny. Years and years.
Oh, final question before we move on from LF. Partey coming back to fitness. Does he come straight back in? Partey at the 6 and Rice left 8.
I don't like Rice at left 8. However, Partey... I get it, why Arteta was doing it, trying to fit both players into the team. I'm not going to go against it, but not for a long-term solution.
But if Partey comes in at the 6, which you would think, Rice probably at the 8, because you're not going to have a £105 million player not playing. There's nowhere else for him to play, and that's Partey's best position. And if Rice plays at the left 8, that's basically where he played for West Ham. But he was so good, he used to do the 6 and the 8. Does that mean when Zinchenko plays, we're going to have Rice, Partey and Zinchenko covering the defence? Because that is going to be gridlock, isn't it?
Yes. Well, let's see if we can all get them on the same pitch at the same time first.
It's not going to happen.
And we'll go from there.
Yeah. Right, people. That's us done. That 40-minute post-game show was taking an hour and 20 minutes. Most of me fucking around trying to show you the video whilst not getting banned. And... the thing stopping now. I was going to go and refresh my YouTube channel and see if they've deleted that video yet. Content strike. No, it's still there. Well, there you go. People, if you have enjoyed the show, feel free to tell your friends and family and your cats. Go and set up accounts for all of them. Watch the channel with 6 or 7 accounts at once. Subscribe with all of them. Because and I don't like to use the word literally, we have quite literally been stuck on 7,000 subscribers now for about 4 years. Up 10, down 10. Up 10, down 10. and it's getting on my fucking nerves. So maybe give it a thumbs up. Write in the comments. I always go and check them. I've not gone to check the latest ones from the last show because I've had Sean back and I've been busy doing stuff. Only had 5 comments, not enough. And Deac, where can people find you if they dare find you on the Twitters?
My tag is here at Deacon Justified, but I wouldn't recommend it.
No, definitely not. We are back on the 30th of January, which is a Tuesday at 7:30. So that'll be the game. We will do a preview show maybe the night before, hopefully with Stan. And then so the post-game show isn't going to start till 10 o'clock. Is that good for you or is it getting a bit late?
Yeah, that should be all right. That should be okay. Let me
Lovely.
just check my diary right here on the.
And
the
so
live.
we'll have had 2 games in the whole of January, and because that's the way it works, we have then got 4 games in February, and we have got 4 games in March, 5 games in April, and that's before you even think about all the other Champions League games. But we are back to the Champions League in. Oh, I've got it all on Premier League. I'm not going to go through it. I'm not going to reload it. I'm not playing that. Silly buggers. So give it a thumbs up, people. We've only got 5 thumbs up according to my thing. Surely that can't be right.
Not right.
Phil says, lovely pod. Cheers, Phil. LF says, lovely job. Good to have a good night. Match of the day time now. Good luck dealing with those pricks. But you probably watch it on mute. It's probably for the best.
Yeah.
And then pause it when they're talking and then unpause it.
Especially when Gary Lineker is having a chat.
Telling everybody to bloody convert to veganism or something, whatever his thing of the week is. But that's it. Thank you very much, Deac. We will be back in a couple of weeks. No, we will be back for a podcast midweek. Probably Wednesday, maybe Tuesday. Not sure who's going to be on yet. And so maybe next weekend we might do a show with me and Deac talking bollocks. I was going to have a show called Talking Bollocks, and the B is an 8, and then we'll get away with that on YouTube.
There we go. Done.
Deac and Danny talking bollocks. There you go.
There you go.
There it is. Right, I am now going to bring up the end exit for the show, and thank you very much, everybody, for watching, and we will see you later. Cheers, Deac.
Goodbye.
As soon as I scored that goal, I was fucking livid.
Get down, dog. Splendid business.
He nearly caught the bloody thing. What are you talking about?
So I was just eating a full quiche. Well, you don't often see them at it. So when you see them in the supermarket, they need to be swagged, microwaved immediately, and get the brown sauce on one. Bosh, Bob's your uncle.
Never in doubt.